Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Report and Outlook. It is November 11th, Veterans Day, and just to get a little bit of rain overnight. And other than that, uh, not really much. And we're going to be back in the same kind of fire risk tomorrow. We still have that wildfire that's burning up in this area right here on the. You can't really. There's clouds here, so you can't really see the smoke from it, but there is smoke coming from that fire for sure. And we also have a record high. Let's first talk about that. Yeah, another record high at Islip, 71 degrees, record high for the day. That beats the old record set back in 2022 of 69. Normal high is supposed to be 55, so 16 degrees above normal there. The low of 59, 20 degrees above normal, putting us 18 degrees above normal for the day. So we got 1.16 inches of rain. Month to date, we've gotten 0.23 inches of rain at Islip, so about a quarter of an inch of rain, and that's what most places saw today. And we're going to go look at the current conditions outside right now. Yes, red flag warning is in effect from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. And I'm sure that's going to eventually include New Jersey, too, because we're going to have stronger winds. Right now, still pretty mild out there, 59 degrees. That is above the normal temperature for a high, let alone at 9:20 at night. Yeah, very warm, even at West Hampton, 55, though I noticed there is some radiational cooling going on in Ocean County. 46 degrees, though I have a feeling once the winds pick up, that is going to be, temperature's actually going to wind up rising. So looking at the highs across the area, let's see what we got across Long Island. Yep, low temperatures right around 70 degrees pretty much. Either side of 70, pretty much across the entire area. We're going to look at Tom's River, too, and see what they got up to today. A little bit warmer there, mid-70s there. Very, very warm. Very, very warm. And the lows obviously didn't drop that much. I'm not even going to look at that at this point. Let's look at rainfall. Let's go to the 24-hour rainfall. So I'll show you what the rainfall amounts were across Long Island. Generally around a quarter of an inch. Some areas got a little less than that. Around where these fires are burning, they got around a quarter of an inch up in the West Milford area there, New Jersey, and into Orange County. Most areas got around a quarter of an inch. That seems to be fairly uniform. Some areas got a little less, though. Tom's River only got 0.16, so it's a very, very little amount of rain. Not really enough to... It may moisten the ground, but the problem is it's going to evaporate. It doesn't even have a chance to sink into the ground. So, very little rainfall. We went like 40 days without precipitation here. I want to go and look and see if we have some more record reports to go over here. Let's see. We have the... Islip record report. Oh, it looks like a lot of our sites broke records today. JFK, too. Let's get JFK on the screen here. It looks like they had a record high as well. Waiting for that to load. Well, it doesn't want to load. Oh, an error occurred. We'll try this again. So, apparently we can't load that. Oh, here we go. Here's the record high set at Kennedy. 2:07 p.m., it reached 70 degrees, which is a new record. This breaks the old record of 69. So JFK also broke a record here. We'll go to the actual, just go to the climatological data and show you here. 71, record high, beating the old record of 69. Just a lot of record highs across the area. And I think it was another one. Let's see. Islip and Bridgeport as well broke a record, too. So record high set at Bridgeport, 69. That was a record as well. Yeah. You gotta love this warmth. You just gotta love it. I'm almost curious if Philadelphia broke records too today. If they broke records today, so this is they have like a little thing here about a wedding rain and the records there broken. Longest spell ever. So let's see. Record high of 74 degrees was tied at Philadelphia International. So, yeah, even they had record warmth down there, too, as well. So, yeah, near record warmth today. Overperformed again. No surprise there. And, of course, all that warmth pretty much just evaporated all the rainfall we got. You can see there are a couple of showers upstate. They're not going to reach the ground. They're probably not even reaching the ground. That's just with the other cold front that we have. So, looking at the weather map, you'll see we have a secondary cold front that's going to be passing through tonight. And once that passes through, that's going to pick the winds up quite a bit. If we go and we look at some of our observations, if we look upstate here, you'll see the temperatures definitely are colder, 40s. Nothing groundbreaking, but there is some colder air up there, and that's going to work in. We're also going to have to worry about the winds tomorrow as well, because we got that red flag warning in effect. So let's go and look at our models here and take a look and see what we're going to have. The pattern coming up this week, as well as the red flag warning that we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. First, start off with the jet stream here. And again, a pretty dysfunctional looking jet stream. As we continue here, you can see, very dysfunctional looking. That looks like a nice, toward the end of the period, maybe around Thanksgiving, that could be a nice slug of moisture when the jet stream looks like that. But of course, that's in the long range. And if I look at the 12Z, it may not even have it. Yep, doesn't even have it. So every like I said, every run's a different here at this point. That's the jet stream. I'll go to the upper air next. At this point, I think I'm just going to stick with the 12Z run. All right. See a little bit of trough right there, but then we go into another ridge again. And then we have just no real opportunities, no really big opportunities for rain until we get toward the end of the period. That's when we start seeing, again, we have another upside down situation again. And then they're also showing a tropical system too as well, right around November 21st as well. But if we go to the 18Z run of it, it looks a little different. A little bit different. But it's not really great for any real rain. This is the pattern that we've been in. European. Go to the 12Z European here. You can see trough, and then we get that ridge back again. And then there's a trough offshore, but we're on the wrong side of that trough to get rain. And it kind of just stays that way. So if we take a look at the surface here, in fact, we'll go to the temperature anomaly chart first. We'll go right to this first, all right, on the European, just to show you. We get a brief cool down Tuesday into Wednesday, into Friday, and then it starts warming up again by next week. This is the European. GFS, probably similar deal here. So we get a little bit of a cool down, but then warms up. And notice how warm it is well up into Canada, too, and even into Greenland. The temperatures are way, way above normal. Way, way above normal. You see the anomalies. Yeah, that's why I have it on the North American view, just to show you all the warmth that we're dealing with here. It's quite a lot of warmth. And you have to wonder where any really cold weather is. If we were to look at the actual temperatures here, you'll see, not even that cold, not even in Greenland. So this is all very, very disturbing. So let's go look at the surface map here. Yeah, surface. And we'll go and we'll look at what we have coming up here. All right, so our secondary cold front moves through. Notice the tight isobars. That's going to bring us those northwesterly winds, which means high fire danger again tomorrow. That high builds down. The winds lighten up a little bit. That high kind of moves offshore, and it kind of suppresses the system that we thought was going to bring us rain. Now it looks like it's going to be suppressed, and we're not going to see any rain Thursday night to Friday. And here we go again with the wind again by the weekend. So red flag warnings possible again. And then it's showing maybe Monday a little bit of light rain, but other than that, you can see not really a whole lot here. It's not until we get toward Friday, November 20th, we're going to around the Thanksgiving holiday. We know that could change. And behind that, that would be a really colder air mass because it's showing a trough. But again, if we don't get rain with that, it's not going to be good. And if I go to the 12Z run, see it has that tropical system. It's a ways out. The 12Z run also showing that might be some rain that weekend, maybe. Better hope because we get rain around that time because it's going to be windy and behind that front. And that will be another red flag warning if we don't get enough rain from that. European. Let's go look at the European here. Similar look to the GFS. Yeah, look at that. Has that low offshore. However, the European backs it up a little more and backs it up a little closer to the point that we might get a little bit of light rain on the backside of that. But all it's going to do, I think, is going to crank the wind. That's all it's going to do. And you can see we have that pressure gradient there next week. This is the European, which, again, I don't hold too much faith in. We can also look at the icon as well. I don't buy that low is going to retrograde like that. No, I don't think that's what's going to happen at all. So the European's a little wrong on that. But bottom line is, now we're in another period where we're not going to see much precipitation. We looked at the total accumulated precip on the GFS. We'll go to that first. The 18Z, here we go. Pretty much dry until we get toward, we'd have to wait till November 23rd. That's when we'd have to wait. European, with that retrograding low, it might bring some light precipitation, but yeah, not really very much either. So all it's going to do is crank the wind up, and that's going to mean more red flag issues again. So it looks like we're going to be dealing with wildfires for a while, unfortunately. So let's go to look at the... We looked at all that. We looked at the surface. We looked at all that other stuff. Let's go to the Weather Prediction Center, and we'll go to the QPF forecast. And the days 1 through 7. Yeah, nothing. It has nothing. It's got a hole over our area. So no rain expected now for a while, once again. So this is the concern that we have. So let's go and take a closer look at things on the shorter range. Now that we went over the longer range, which looks mild and dry, again. Let's go to the HRRR. And you'll see the isobars tighten up tomorrow. That's going to mean the wind. You're going to have that pressure gradient. That's why we have the red flag warning in effect. The isobars do relax as we get into Wednesday a little bit. So it will be calmer. That's as much as I got on the HRRR. As far as skies go, I'll just look at the sounding right now. Let's see what we have. We may have some stratocumulus clouds around tomorrow. Let's see if we can load this up or not. Yeah, there may be some. It looks like we'll have a fairly clear sky tomorrow, fairly sunny sky. Today we had sun, but there was some haze from wildfire smoke, and that's going to have to be watched as well for tomorrow as well, because there could be some haze due to wildfire smoke. Let's go look at the dew points and wind flow, because that's what's going to change as we head into overnight. So you can see right now we've got not that gusty of a northwest wind, but then it becomes a strong northwest wind tomorrow, northwest wind. And no doubt that fire over here is going to probably put smoke down over New York City again. The northerly trajectory, if there aren't any fires in Connecticut, should keep Long Island fairly free of smoke, but there definitely could be some smoke getting in New York City and the Jersey Shore with that northwesterly to north wind trajectory tomorrow. And the winds stay up tomorrow overnight, too. They look pretty strong, so might not get any radiational cooling on Tuesday night. The dew points just drop even further on Wednesday, and the winds become northeast to easterly on that day. So a little lighter, but notice how low the dew points are. So very dry, very low humidity. And that's definitely a recipe for more wildfires to spread, new wildfires and the existing ones to spread. Temperatures probably not dropping much below the 40s tonight, but tomorrow with that wind howling, it's going to struggle to make it to the mid-50s. It's going to be a chilly day. It won't be as mild as today. And then tomorrow night, lows probably drop close to the freezing mark, even with the wind probably. And if we get radiational cooling, it'll be colder than that. And then for Wednesday, still staying on the cool side with temperatures generally in the reaching the low to mid 50s again. So staying on the cool side, we should have mostly sunny skies. Looking at the GFS here, dew points, and you see that dry air again that we have. So, and then Thursday we get an easterly wind, a light easterly wind. I'll probably mean more clouds. And then Friday, here we go, northwest wind again. And here comes the wind cranking for the weekend again. Low humidity, northwest winds, and that is going to bring in again, that wildfire risk that we have. Here we are looking into Thursday. You see some recovery in the temperatures. A lot of clouds around for Thursday, so probably keep the temperatures down. Friday, rise back up to the upper 50s, and then the weekend, probably seasonal. But then by next week, we start going above normal again. You can see that warmth trying to make its way back in here. So we'll have to watch for that. Skies, let's go look at that. So here we are. Here's our cloud forecast for tomorrow. Could be some stratocumulus around, but otherwise mostly sunny skies. Wednesday we should be mostly sunny, and then we have these clouds coming in for Thursday, but the rain from that is going to stay to the south. And then Friday, probably some clouds, and then we'll have to watch the clouds from this coastal system and see how far west they wind up getting. Probably be clearer if you're in New Jersey. But that's a ways out. Let's go to the RGM. This is the RGM. RGM showing some, looks like we're missing some data. No, we're not. But it's showing some stratocumulus, but then kind of dissipates. So fairly clear skies tomorrow, notwithstanding the smoke. Here's Wednesday, and again, we should be mostly sunny on Wednesday. And then we have to watch for these clouds, this next system. And the RGM is the only model that goes pretty far into the long range to see if maybe some of this rain could get, just maybe southern Jersey gets into some of it, but right now, we'll keep an eye on it and see if we can get into any of that rain. But right now, a lot of the models are saying it's going to be suppressed. Here's the NAM. That's as far out as we got. So this big high is going to probably act like a wall and keep that precipitation away. And again, keep us dry. And this is the big problem that we have now. If we look at our, let's put this back to GFS here for a moment and show you again the 700 to 300 humidity. All that brown on the map, that's all dry air, and it's very hard to get any of that moisture in. Again, it's showing some moisture, maybe trying to spread in on Saturday, maybe, but a lot of it looks dry. It's not until we get a much stronger trough and cold front to come through, which, again, that's in the long range, and that could always change. So this is the concern we have. Wildfire smoke. Let's go ahead and look at this one here. We'll go to the 18Z run, I guess, of this, and we'll do the we'll just do the near surface smoke. Yeah, we'll do the near surface smoke just to show you. Unfortunately, it doesn't really show that. It doesn't really show that close what's happening. Because of that, this isn't really going to work too well. It's not showing anything, but there's going to be smoke. So yeah, it's too mesoscale, the fires that are going on right now, and too vertically integrated. But honestly, it's not really showing it up too well. Yeah, it's showing some smoke, but not really showing all that much. It's not really showing up the fires that are occurring right now. They're not showing up in this model, perhaps because it's not. I wish we could have like a closer, a more zoomed in or a mesoscale look, but I don't think this model goes out any domain. Maybe I can, maybe we can do this here. Northeast, let's see. Maybe we can do a northeast one. Let's see. Maybe if I go a little closer, we can, this also maps hourly wildfire potential too, by the way, so we can look at this too, and you can see this will actually show the fire risk. Oh yeah, you can see how it goes up tomorrow. Yeah, so that's the concern that we have. Let's do the vertical. I didn't realize you could get this. We go a little closer, so that's actually important. So let's go to the near surface smoke, and maybe it'll show that fire that's going on. Not really. It's not really showing it. I don't know why, but it's not showing it. But there is that fire that is still going on over here, and it's still creating smoke. If we look at some of the observations in the area, we're closer to this fire. Let's see if we go. So these sites, they're not airports. They're not going to read visibility. We can see if Danbury has it. See if Danbury has it. Trying to find an airport here. White Plains. They're just saying 10-mile visibility, so it doesn't seem like they're reporting any smoke right now. No, but they could be. Just expect that there may be some smoke around from this fire that's burning, that's still burning up there. Okay, let's go to the Climate Prediction Center outlook here. And 6 to 10 day. Well, no surprise. Above normal precipitation. Above normal temperatures for well above normal for much of the east. And below normal in the west because of the ridge. Above normal precipitation in the center of the country, but we're below normal, of course. 8 to 14 day. Still above normal in the east, and they have us in a light shading of above normal temperatures. I'm at above normal precipitation. Drought monitor. Let's go to that. Because we are in a moderate drought now here on Long Island. Severe drought for much of New Jersey, and again, the New Jersey Pinelands in an extreme drought. So, yeah, it's a bad situation. They may have to start having water restrictions in parts of New Jersey. And probably us eventually soon, too, as this drought continues. Definitely the worst I've seen for sure. Let's go and talk about the ice and see if that's recovering at all up there, because I have a feeling it's not. This darkness ice. All right, ice has advanced to much of the Russian shoreline, but growth has been particularly slow in the Barents and Kara Seas. So, again, we are dealing with very low. This is the Arctic sea ice extent. This is another graph that we have here. You can see we're near the bottom here. And we're just not, the ice is not recovering at all. And that's not a good thing at all. We'll take a look at the maps here. This is another thing, and again, we're scraping at the bottom here. Very low sea ice. Not a surprise, because it's just not cooling off in the Arctic that fast. And not a surprise at all whatsoever. So, lastly, we'll go to the Ventus sky and just take a look at the winds tomorrow. Right, because I think that we might even need a wind advisory tomorrow, considering how bad the winds are going to be. So here we go into Tuesday, and you'll see here, yeah, gusts close to 40 across Long Island. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty windy day tomorrow. You could see that. Through the afternoon, we're still dealing with that wind, northwest wind, 31-mile-an-hour gusts still at 5 o'clock. Let's go to 8 o'clock. Still, especially over the east end. So the potential for wildfire continues. And even tomorrow night, the winds just don't back off at all. 30 miles an hour. So it doesn't look like we're going to get much of a break from the wind tomorrow night. Maybe some areas in Jersey will. But Long Island, we're going to continue to deal with that as we're dealing with this pressure gradient. So once again, a red flag warning in effect for tomorrow. Red flag warning is in effect from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. For Long Island, the Hudson Valley, the entire area pretty much. Again, there could be some really big wildfires tomorrow, new wildfires that could start. So just pay attention to your surroundings. And that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather report. Good night.